What is up, everybody? Sandy! You want to say hello? What have you been doing? What are you eating? Oh, we're like that this morning. Alright, so, I'm gonna show you what's going on out here. It really ain't a ton, but, it's probably it's like 51 degrees today, so, y'all see my kale is getting bigger now that it's not as shaded out. I have harvested the greens off of these radishes a few times. I haven't really been counting, and as I go along, if I see any radish, look at that. That one's swelling up. If I see any radish, weeds. Somehow weeds got in my bed. I have no idea how that particular, and it's the same little grass it's gotten in here. So anyway, I don't know how they got in there, but it's all good. I've been pulling it out as I see it. Here's another little one. Thankfully, I haven't pulled out any carrots when I pull it out, but the carrots in that bed really ain't doing too hot. I don't know. Perhaps they'll do better if it warms up a little more. I don't know. We shall see, but I've never been the greatest carrot grower. So, but apparently radishes and kale I'm good with. Those radishes don't really have a lot of bulbs. They just have a lot of leaves. And something was munching the leaves. But I don't know. Here and there I've been, when I see these leaves down here that look atrocious, I just get them off of there. And these I won't worry about trying to eat. I'll just compost these. Because some of these leaves, they're too holy beyond measure. And they're not really doing anything when they're, when they look like that, they're not really doing anything. Now you'd think this one would have a nice root on it. Nope. No radish. But hopefully it will bolt and give me some pods. So, like I said, I keep trying to harvest and so it'll stop shading out the carrots so much. Over here I've harvested kale and radish tops quite a few times. There's a few radishes that are starting to kind of like bulb up. There's also a weed in there. Get that out. Are you a weed too? Yes, you are. Weed. Get you out. Like I said, somehow some type of grass seeds or something got into my beds. That did not grow up from the bottom. That's probably from weed seeds and stuff that got into the compost or whatever. So let's move over here. My celery stumps are doing fabulously. That has roots. I don't know how it has managed to kind of like uproot itself though. It takes a little while for those roots to get nice and strong. You'll see that they actually will put out a lot more leaves before they get good and strong. But my peas are putting on peas. Like I said, these pea plants aren't planted as closely, so they're not doing as well. Y'all see my little carrots? They've got lots of nice little leaves on them. Look at there. That one just started sprouting leaves. But like I said, I'm really just trying to get carrot seeds out of those. I'm tired of buying carrot seeds, and I suck at growing carrots, so might as well quit buying them. Anybody need some parsley? I've got a nice parsley shrub. Look at that. It's crazy how big this parsley has gotten. This is one plant. One. So, if you don't think you can... I think I'm going to I'm pretty sure I'm going to do a plant sale or something. But I think I'm going to cut a lot of that parsley and try to sell it. Maybe bundle it up and sell it for $1 a bundle or something. Just so I can kind of cut it back a little. It'll grow right back. So I always be thinking like that when you got too much. I do give a lot away. However, a lot of the people that I know don't cook the way that I do, and they don't use a lot of herbs such as parsley, and a lot of the people that I know will use onions and things like that. But when it comes to herbs such as parsley and oregano and things like that, they generally don't use them, or they just use the dried kind or whatever. And I ain't trying to teach no old dogs new tricks, so I'm gonna have to go outside of the immediate people that I know, and people that I knew that would really use that kind of stuff, they dead and gone. So like I said, I know a few people. Okay, apparently I missed a potato. Weed. I will say this, guys, if you do have weeds, when you see those couple, go ahead and pluck them. It's a little easier than if you wait till you got a million. I usually don't have to weed anything. If I see clover, I usually leave it because it's a nitrogen fixer. But that little grass I'm going to pull because it becomes a problem. It grows too fast and too furious. Y'all can see my sugar snap peas putting on nicely. All this other stuff you see that looks grassy, like it's garlic. All this is elephant garlic, this big one in the middle. So I have garlic planted like almost everywhere through this garden. I usually plant garlic that way because pests don't like the smell of garlic. And also it doesn't take up much space. It doesn't need a lot of space around it, so you still can plant other stuff around it and the garlic will still do just fine. Look at this. Oh, that's going to be for seed. That's most definitely going to be for seed. So that was on the back side and I didn't see that. And also, when you have sugar snap peas, pick them. Don't let them, unless you're waiting to the end of the season and you're trying to get seeds, don't let them do that. When they start getting big like that, your plant will get the signal that it's made seeds and it'll start dying. So, so pick them before they get like that. Also, when they're like this, if there's any peas in this, they're probably not edible. They probably taste terrible. Oops, one flew out. But yeah, you see, here are some. Trying to do this one-handed. Those will be seeds. Well, let me taste one. They probably taste terrible. Ugh. Yeah, when they're like this, it's not horrible, but they're better for seeds. I'm going to lay that down. I'm going to save those 3 seeds. The pea flavor is, they're not as sweet. So, I don't know what that's doing. But yeah, you can see I have peas, flowers. Letitia at Barefoot Gardening, please turn away. I don't want you getting angry. That's an inside joke. She'll know what I'm talking about. I harvested a lot off of my celery. This is what I want you guys to notice about celery that you grow on your own, which you'll never see this in the stores. First of all, look at how big the leaves are. You will get way more leaves than stem. When they grow celery production in commercial productions, they actually blanch them. They grow them in a tube so that you get a lot more stem than you do leaves. And the only part of the plant that really gets the leaves is the part that's sticking out of the top of the tube that they grow it in to blanch out the leaves. This isn't the darkest celery that I've grown. Usually my celery is actually a little darker than that. But you'll notice that this isn't the light lime green that you see in the stores. But why this celery tastes so much better and it seasons your food so much better is because of them leaves. It's actually more flavor in the leaves than the stems. So I encourage you please grow your own celery. It actually does grow a lot better in colder climates. The natural habitat for celery are basically swamps and really wet places like that. And in cooler climates, that's the natural place for celery. So celery is a cold weather plant. I'm not saying you can't grow it in the summertime. You guys have seen me grow it in the summertime, but it slows way down in the summertime. It likes it when it's cool. It rains a lot in the winter, at least here. So it tends to like that. It favors a lot of water and stuff like that. I mean, if you think about it, the stem part of the celery is quite watery. That's why celery is excellent for juicing. You get a lot of juice out of it because it sucks up a lot of water. So, but yet you can just see how pretty it is. It's much prettier than the stuff you see in the store. And you will get nice juicy stems out of it. But you will get a lot more leaves that have a lot more nutrition in them. I did harvest almost all of the broccoli little heads. You'll see a side shoot coming in right there for the focus. My camera wants to be like crazy today, but and you'll see I have a little one coming back there. Kale is still doing its thing. This is what I want to mention about kale. Sometimes I see people pulling kale. This kale is 4 years old. You can see it's very tall. If it gets too tall for you or it starts leaning out, what you can do is chop it. And if you see these little nubby things, it'll grow out from there. So if your kale starts getting too tall, I would advocate for just chopping it down lower, and you'll get a side shoot off of it and it'll keep going. This is curly kale, so it's sterile. It shouldn't ever bolt on you. So if you're looking or trying to get seeds, I would not be really trying to get seeds out of this. To my knowledge, this is a sterile. See there? Can y'all see that side shoot? So yeah, it did that on its own. But down here, if you notice, I cut it off a while ago. And I got aphids. I'll be honest. And I'm gonna be honest, I don't care. The cold has kind of killed them back a little, but I'm not gonna worry about it too much. The kale is actually outgrowing them. But yeah, if this is 3 years old, so I wouldn't really pull kale. I'd leave it. I wouldn't keep buying it because, like I said, that's sterile. You'll never get it to produce seeds. I've tried. It tried to bolt. My other one tried to bolt. It never would produce seeds because it's sterile. So, which is, I'll be honest, those curly kale plant dies. I'll never grow that again because it's sterile. It's just not sustainable. Y'all, I'm sorry. I think a gnat flew in my mouth, which is disgusting. And I'm choking to death now. Okay, so I think I'm together now. There, coughed it up. Maybe. Okay, sorry. Ooh. Ah. Okay. Ooh, look. Rosemary flowers. And y'all, I don't know if this rosemary produces seeds or not, but I know now's the time when it usually produces flowers. Y'all see, my sugar snaps have grown up pretty high here. So, I've really been trying to kind of keep them pulled inside the cage because, they will grow all out everywhere. And I think it was Angela, it was saying that she didn't think she needed anything for them to grow on. Angela, you don't. You can grow them kind of down. You see, these aren't really grabbing. You can grow them down if you'd like to. I find they tend to grow a little fast. Well, yeah, I do. I find they tend to grow a little faster if you grow them up on something. So, yeah. But you don't need the trellis. They still will grow. But if you notice, these have hardly any blooms on them. But these do, because they're taller. Once they get so many nodes, I think it sends out a signal to put on flowers. But these are older and shorter. But you see, these have flowers. So you don't need a trellis. You don't need one. I'm going to kind of run over. These have a lot of flowers on them and a lot of peas on them. They're doing really good. Nebula carrots, I would recommend these to anybody. These are the best growing carrots I've ever. I'm treating these carrots the same as I treat the other ones over there. And you can just see how gorgeous they are. And the seed germination was, I think, 100%. If it wasn't 100%, it was 99%. I was only given about 6 or 7 seeds. And I promise you, I think that's how many plants I have. That's the kohlrabi, purple, and then this is bok choy. That's bolting. I'm going to let it bolt and get the seeds that actually taste really fabulously. This is more radishes and brassicas, cauliflower and other stuff. These are carrots and stuff. I wanted to show y'all something real quick. Over here, remember that pink flower on the pea that I showed you guys? That mutation? Look at this. Look at where the leaf joins the stem. It's pink as well. And every last one of these flowers have been pink. So I'm going to try to save these seeds separate. That is clearly a mutation. This is one of the peas from it. It looks normal so far. But that is clearly a mutation because all the rest of these came from the same seeds. And that's the only one that's doing the pink thing. So that's pretty cool. So we'll see what the difference is with that. I wanted to show y'all. Yes, Sandy. How may I help you? How may I help you, sweetie? My little panther. Yes. Yes, sweetie. What do you want? What do you want? She's running away. So, my gooseberries have lots of buds all where the thorns are. Isn't that just lovely? The thorns. And they are starting to... They never really lost their leaves, but they're starting to kind of like leaf back out or whatever you want to call it. I'm not going to open the greenhouse, but because it's warm in there, even though there's a... But I don't want to open it. I mean, it's not cold out here, but I'm trying to keep my navel orange tree warm, and it's doing good. It's looking pretty good. Now, the leaves and stuff are starting to yellow, but it's cold out here, and it knows it, and it will do that, and then it will be just fine. But it has been growing, and it is putting on tiny... I see little new places where buds are coming in and new growth is coming in. So it knows that it's getting ready for spring, and it's doing what it's supposed to be doing. See here. My persimmon tree doesn't show any signs of waking up yet. But, and my kumquat tree is just doing what it normally does. Still has a few kumquats on it. I do see buds on the persimmon. I think. We'll see. Everything else is looking normal. Everything else is looking normal. The blackberry is grabbing me. The blackberries never did completely lose every last leaf, but they went to sleep enough. I'm not really worried about the blackberries. They are a weed as far as I'm concerned. And when I say weed, I just mean they natively grow in America, and you're not going to have a lot of problems out of blackberries. Not in my opinion. Not in the South, because they grow wild here like crazy. Well, they grow wild just about everywhere. So back here we have a lot more garlic. Garlic. Another reason I try to plant garlic back here is in the summertime, it's quite a bit shaded back here. And the garlic isn't, I mean, it needs sunlight, but it's not going to need the sunlight, say that maybe a tomato or something would. So even if it's shaded for part of the day, I know I'm still going to get good garlic back here as long as I keep it watered and keep it fed, which that's not a problem. I do have a random potato there that I must have missed, and a potato there. The cold took out the potato that was in there. But we'll see if we get any potatoes from that. When we dig up the garlic, we'll dig and see if we get any potatoes. Those are probably purple potatoes. Probably that one I'm almost positive is purple potatoes because it has purple stems. Now, if you're wondering what this other stuff is, I planted brassicas a while back. I think because the days are just so short, that's why they're so small, kind of. But they don't look unhealthy. They're just small. That's Malokia, I think, back there. The same stuff that I winter sowed. So, and this is, it's starting to bolt down in there. You guys can see that. Starting to bolt over there too. So, you see a little, which is fine with me because it just means I'll get more seeds and I can, continue to plant it. Not a problem. But, yeah, you just eat the leafy greens on that. This one is most definitely bolting. Look at that. It's most definitely bolting. So that's pretty much all I had to show you guys. I don't want to make this video too long. It's already 20 minutes. So thank you for watching. And until next time, I'll see you guys later.